So, we back. Week 2 of the NFL is behind us, and I'm here to talk about it all. As I once again absolutely dominated week 2 in fantasy. I had the biggest blowout once again, as I'm just that guy, and we had the kicker of the week once again. Because, hell yeah, man, that was probably the best, my best pick of the year so far. Nonetheless, as you can see, we dominated 2-0 in fantasy. Josh Allen had a great game against the Raiders as Jimmy G did Jimmy G things.
Garoppolo time. And intercepted Matt
As Niners fans, we are used to, kinda. And yeah, he had a rough game. He had a really rough game. Man, CMC once again was sensational. Had a huge run early on, touchdown. Was really good. Even though Kyle was using him maybe a little too much, he talked about wanting to use more running backs. Elijah Mitchell, of course, comes in mind as he has not touched the ball against the Rams. The Rams put up a really good fight, and they, with a late field goal, they effed up the bets because it was -7.5, and of course they kicked the field goal, so it was a 7-point differential, so that was something. Miles Sanders, like, he wasn't good, but I mean, the Saints defense is really solid, and the offensive line is really bad for Carolina. Let's just put it that way. And the New Orleans Saints start 2-0, unlike my best friend here who is 0-2 in fantasy. Thank God he doesn't watch these, hopefully. Amon-Ra St. Brown was solid. Of course, the fumble was rough. He's questionable for this week, so that sucks. And I really wanted Detroit to win, but unfortunately the Seahawks won in overtime. It was a really fun game, especially watching on Redzone, of course. The Eagles weren't as impressive, but goddamn, Devontae Smith was impressive, right? What a great pickup, and he countered Jalen Hurts really effectively. As you can see, he essentially matched his points, which is sensational, right? On Thursday, Jordan Mattison already had 4.9 and Jalen Hurts 27, and I had one player with 27 already, so I was off to a really great start. Cole Kmet once again was better than David Njoku. Calvin Ridley had a really rough night. Some rough flags. I don't know, it was just rough. He's gonna be better this week. And Trevor Lawrence was really rough, man. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but the Prince was not cooking. George Pickens, 4 of 10, 127, 26 points, really sensational. Jake Moody, as I said, goddamn, man, how about them Cowboys? Hopefully Anthony Richardson will be good as he suffered, of course, concussion, which was rough because he once again looked. And, of course, our predictions didn't go as well as they did last time. Let me actually pull that up. I completely forgot to pull that up, man. It was a really rough prediction week, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so I'm here with week 2. Let us see how I ended up. So, the Chiefs were right, Bengals were very wrong, and Joe Burrow, of course, is injured, which is, injured. He once again re-aggravated his calf, and we know what happened to Aaron Rodgers, who hurt his calf in OTAs, and it's rough. The Bills was the right pick, so 2-1. Chargers, man, Chargers got a charger, man. That was rough. So 2-2, 3-2 with the Colts. I picked the Patriots. That was a rough pick. 4-3 here. 5-3, 6-3 here. 7-3, 8-3. The Falcons won, so 8-4, 8-5. 9-5, 10-5, 11-5? We went 11-5, actually? I thought it would be much worse. That makes me excited, man. I did not realize that, actually. Nonetheless, the games were really fun, and I need to pull up the predictions for this week because I forgot about it once again. First, let's pick our team for next week. That is a trade, as you can see. I understand it, but Jahmyr Gibbs has not been playing. Brandon Cooks, I don't think, has been great. Mike Evans is great, but I think this just doesn't make sense for me. And even if it did, I wouldn't trade C-Mac, honestly. So, that is that. And let us do week 3. Josh Allen will stay there against Washington. Washington has been intriguing, but their defense has not been as good as I anticipated. I think Josh Allen is going to play really well. Of course, CMC against the Giants, who have been interesting to say the least. Miles Sanders against Seattle, I don't like that one. I still don't know how to pick this. Maybe I'll put Antonio Gibson in, but... What do you all think? Should I put Miles Sanders or Antonio Gibson in, man? If anyone's watching this, please let me know. I'll leave David Njoku in this week, probably. Because Kansas City against the Bears. And they play against Tennessee, which has a good defense. Solid enough defense. Calvin Ridley should feast against Houston, hopefully. Pickens against Las Vegas, I like that. Jake Moody, of course. I mean, there's not much more to pick here. Anthony Richardson against Baltimore, I'm not going to do, especially if we don't know if he's going to play. 100% sure. Antonio Gibson, I might put him in there. We'll see. Marquise Brown played really well, but against Dallas, I'm not counting on Josh Dobbs to make me proud, honestly. And Treylon Burks played really well last week. He had a huge catch. I don't think I'm going to put him in over any of these guys as of right now, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind. But I don't think we should change it, right? Winning formula stays. We're favored once again. I like it, man. I feel like I've picked a really great team, honestly, man. I'm really proud of my picks. And we're gonna win this goddamn league, for sure. And let us predict week... What is it? Week 3. Next week. Alright. Tennessee against the Browns. I don't know. That's a rough one, Ernest. Because I genuinely don't know what to think about Tennessee and the Browns. Like, the Browns... I mean, they lost... Oh, pardon me. They lost Nick Chubb, man, which... Sucks. Sucks a lot. Sucks a lot, actually. The Titans won. I think I'm gonna pick the Titans. I think I'm gonna pick the Titans. I'm gonna pick the Jags against the Texans. There's not much to add here. Why I'm picking the Titans is because, of course, the Browns will be quite demoralized as they lost Nick Chubb. Deshaun Watson was caught lying and plays horrible, while the Titans have a really good, of course, run, which, of course, the Browns defense can counter a bit, but I think the Titans defense can also counter Deshaun Watson, right? And I like how Tannehill played against the Chargers overall. Much better than V1 for sure. I'm picking the Jags to bounce back, even though the Texans have been better than I anticipated, to be quite honest with you. Like, CJ Stroud has looked really good.
Schultz in motion, the tight end. Stroud from the pocket for the end zone. The catch.
Like, really good, man. I've been impressed with CJ Stroud. And the Jaguars have been weird, but I think they need to win this if they are who we think they are. Colts, Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens. They're at home. Anthony Richardson questionable. Gardner Minshew did a really good job, though. That's for sure against the Texans. But they have looked great. Lamar had a great week. The defense looks really solid. Won against Bengals, of course. I like it. Broncos at Dolphins. Dolphins look really good, man. And the Broncos just... I don't know, they feel cursed a little bit, right? Once again, 0-2 start. Had the Hail Mary. Didn't get the PI call on the 2-point conversion that would have tied the game against the Commanders. Blew a huge lead, so... I don't know, it feels like the Broncos are cursed, but I mean, they could win this week just to, you know, just how the football gods would have it, I suppose. Jets, Patriots. Jets, Patriots. Am I gonna pick the Patriots again? I think so. I just don't trust Zach Wilson. And I think the Patriots need this one, right? So they're gonna get it. Mac Jones hopefully plays better. They're due to get a win. I don't think they're that bad, right? They have a lot of solid pieces, even though it's not, of course, Brady and everything. But I think they're gonna win. Steelers or the Raiders? Jimmy G looked really rough this week. Really good first week. he's bound to make a lot of mistakes, especially against the Steelers D-line. I think the Steelers are going to win. I liked them early on in the year. I think Kenny Pickett just has to be better and has to get it always a little better. And I like picking the Steelers, man. Bills, Commanders. Like, based on what we saw, the Commanders are, of course, 2-0, which is crazy. But I don't know, man. I just think the Bills looked that great against the Raiders. Commanders looked, I don't know, they've been a little crazy. Which means they could win, of course. And I'm not saying they can, but I'm picking Josh Allen and the Bills. They looked so much better in week 2, and I think it's a really solid place to go to against the Commanders. And they should feast. Chargers against Vikings. Such a showdown, right? 2 0-2 teams as we all anticipated. Who am I picking to get the first win, man? Like, Chargers are gonna Chargers. And Kirk Cousins does look great. Like, this is so hard to pick, actually, man. Both teams just are so off. And the Chargers were in both games. I would say they look better than the Vikings so far overall, but the Chargers and the Vikings look better against Dallas, and if they didn't fumble 5 times, they could have easily won. Oh. I mean, Dallas, Philadelphia, of course. I'm gonna go with the Vikings, man. My gut is telling me the Vikings, so fuck, F it. Bears, Chiefs. I mean, Justin Fields look horrible. He even talked about it right now that it might be the coaching. There's a lot of bad stuff going on in the Bears stuff, and the Chiefs finally looked, they clicked. It looked like they clicked in that second half against the Jags. Even though first half was very rough. Bengals, Rams. Joe Burrow will probably not play. The Rams looked really good, even though Matthew Stafford had some rough turnovers against the Niners defense, which is great. But I've been impressed with what I'm seeing, so I'm gonna pick the Rams here. No question here. The Giants looked really rough, even though they had a great second half against Arizona. The Niners looked really good. Of course, it's a shorter rest, but they're at home. I don't think they're gonna lose the home opener. I mean, it would be unlucky, and it would not set up the 4-0 battle between us and the Cowboys, which I'm already gonna pick them ahead here with, of course, the Cardinals. They've been much better than we anticipated, the Cardinals, but Dallas defense is just something else. Panthers, Seahawks. The Seahawks should win this one. Jordan Love looked really rough, and the Saints defense looks really good, while Derek Carr has been a little up and down. I think they have the better weapons, they have the better team, and I think they're gonna start 3-0. I'm gonna be rooting for my homie to start 3-0 just as we do. And the Lions will beat the Falcons. I might pick the Lions every week, honestly. I mean, I didn't pick them against the Chiefs, so I don't know. I like them at home against the Falcons. The Falcons will run them down, but I think the Lions offense will just generate overall more points at home against these Falcons. And I'll pick the Buccaneers just to ride with them until they lose. Eagles looked unimpressive overall, even though they're still 2-0. But of course, Bucks beat the Bears, so it's hard to judge them. But they're at home. They've been playing great. They have a good momentum. So why not just pick the upset at least once, right? I don't think I've picked many upsets here. Is that actually an upset I picked? Would you say that is an upset I picked? I don't think so. Which makes me think this will be a bad prediction week. But there are a lot of clear favorites. I would say maybe the Jags could lose. I could see the Jags losing. I could see the Bills losing. I could see the Dolphins losing because the Broncos could get a win. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see the Niners and the Cowboys losing overall. So that would be it for my picks here. We're now overall 11-5, 10-6. So we're pretty good, man. Of course, let me look at here. Yeah. So that's it, I would suppose. Hope you enjoyed my NFL talk here. I'll be checking in with the fantasy week next week, of course. And Then we go against my homie who's 0-2 here. I'll catch you all then, man. Be kind to yourself and to others, and have a great time.